Welcome to Modcast, episode number 12. We are down a dozen now. And I'm Gordo, and that's not Gary. That is employee number one, Stephen Tuckwood, a.k.a. Tuck. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Great to be here, Gordo.
Great to have you, my friend. Again, employee number one, Mike, Gary, and I, we've got some money. We're going to go build the firm. We have enthusiasm, and we said, man, who is going to be the responsible adult for the investment management menu? And your name was number one, and thankfully you picked up the phone and you said yes. But what was the requirement again? Remind me, what did you have to do?
I had to get a tattoo that said employee number one right here on the top of my arm. So it's a little painful, but well worth it, and looks great at the beach.
And we didn't have a logo at the time, so you didn't have to put the logo on. But nah, he's joking. But anyway, this guy, if you want to talk to somebody interesting, somebody fun, Tuck is your man. And he's quite hilarious. So a good buddy of mine. All right, this is episode number 12. As I mentioned, your guest number 3, by the way. Should have had you on as number 1, I guess. But we had Dean Barber and Mark King on a prior episode. And our listeners, I think you should go listen to that. I think it was really good content. And as always, if you have a question, you want to hear from us, you want to know something, send us a note. We're happy to connect. We're happy to take listener questions. We also have some really fun swag. This is a duck. It has our logo on it. I fumbled the duck. He's now run across the desk. But we have all kinds of stuff. Cups, ducks, whatever. Send us a question. Send us your address. We'll send you something fun. All right. Tuck, what do you do at Modern Wealth Management? What is your number one priority here?
I am the director of investments of the firm. So everything that falls under that broad umbrella, the investment side of the business, the assets, if you will, of our clients' money. So really 2 major kind of areas which I operate and my team. The first is more of a service orientated side of things, where we're acting as an extension of the advisory team. So they're to be called upon whenever needed. You know, we're not leading client conversations, but we're there as a resource, a subject matter expert for all things investments. So as you know, at our firm, we have other departments as well that operate in a similar way, like our tax team, where if there's a complicated tax situation or some tax planning that needs to happen, then they can be brought into the conversation. So the service realm is like topic number 1. That's where we operate and there to be used as needed. The second piece of what we do and why we exist is to provide our advisors with an investment platform. And you use a great word there, menu of options. That are just fully vetted investment solutions. Some are more broad and multi-asset, some are more singular and specialty, and everything in between. But they've been fully vetted. Our advisors can have real conviction when utilizing them and turning to that menu options to use.
I love when you say an extension of the advisory team, and that's really where you've spent the bulk of your career, right? It's doing diligence. It's finding great strategies to put on a platform, and then it's to be another voice in the client meeting. It's to provide some additional energy and knowledge around why an advisor is allocating capital to this particular manager or strategy. And so I love that's your orientation in the client relationship and as an extension of the advisory team. I mentioned something, allocator of capital. Are you an allocator of capital? Are you picking, do you have a top-down firm view on this is how you allocate to a 60-40 portfolio, for example?
We have some strategies that are home office that are orientated around that, but we don't have a determined house view that every account in every office of ours is implementing. Really, I think a good term to use is open architecture when we think about that. It's definitely not our way or the highway type of thing. We want to offer folks a lot of choice, a lot of different ways of investing well are out there, and it's not on us to determine this way is the best and all others are no good. So a menu, again, a lot of choice on the menu. rather than just a narrow set that everybody has to adhere to.
All right. So I see your shirt there. On your right sleeve, it appears that you have something that says V23. What do you think that what well, I know what it means, but could you share what that means? V23. What does that mean?
Yeah, vintage 23, as in 2023, the year that I was hired. So we have a managing directors conference every year, and there's some swag given out there, and these polos are particularly nice.
Yeah, they're Peter Millar.
Sponsorship.
Yeah.
Peter Millar, very, very nice. Golf
Yeah,
shirts for
very
those
nice.
that are fans of golf. But yeah, so every year, if you join the firm in that year, you're of that vintage, and it's just a nice way of keeping track of when folks came on and when, and there's a lot of good conversations around it at our managing director conferences too. So we're checking each other's
It's actually
numbers.
kind of cool to see, in 23, it was a pretty small group, and then in 24, a bigger group, and then the 25 group's going to be, pretty good size, and just seeing that conference grow and how advisors engage with each other. By the way, I mentioned Tuck is employee number 1. There's 249 employees at Modern Wealth Management today. So in 30 months, a whole bunch of people have been brought into the organization behind Tuck. And tell us about your team, because a lot of those people are in your, well, not a lot of them, but a good number of people are on your team. Who is that? What do they do?
Yeah, I've got
It's not just you.
Yeah, no, not just me at all. It's a full team here behind the scenes, and working directly with advisors, and we're structured in such a way that every advisory team gets a dedicated investment specialist, and that's really the title that we like to use to describe the functions that we're providing. So yeah, there's 7 of us today. We just had a recent hire through a recent transaction, and that by the way is a fantastic way of growing the team.
Yeah.
When there's investment talent at the partner firm joining us, they obviously know that business inside and out. They know the RIA space. They're, been involved for many years in most instances and fully credentialed. So a terrific way of growing the investment team centrally in a very organic fashion.
Well, let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
Not to sidetrack, but so you have 7 people on the team today. Does that include you?
Yes.
Okay. So of those 7, who came by way of, their journey was that through an acquisition? They are a partner office now.
Yeah, all but one, really. Yeah, we did one hire kind of off the street in quotes, and an external person that we brought on. That was Dakota. He's based in Kansas City now, so he's done a great job getting himself up to speed with the RIA world. He came from the trust side of the industry. So yeah, everybody else was through acquisition, which has been
they joined when the partner firm joined. We've done 18 acquisitions now. We've just crossed $10 billion of AUM. Like I said, almost 250 employees, just short of it. And a good team has been built by you, assembled really through those acquired employee pools. And it's been awesome to watch. I mean, your team is, I think they've all been given great career opportunities. I think they're doing bigger things than what they would have done or were doing in their office prior to the Modern partnership. And I know, they now have far more coverage than just their local office. They're getting involved in interesting projects. Where does this accent come from?
England.
Where?
Yes.
I mean, it's not London.
England.
That's not London.
Not London, not Scotland, but somewhere in between, the Midlands. If you look at a map and you just put a dot right in the middle, that's pretty much where I'm from. So
all right. So what made you legally come to America? And I say legally under the times that we're currently finding ourselves.
Yeah. I was on a soccer scholarship, or football as we call it. That was back in 2001. So I came over to play soccer essentially for a university just south of Atlanta. And, young guy, just came over with the intent of having fun for a semester, playing some football and then going back home and doing whatever. But ended up really falling in love with the country and the university I was at, great group of friends, and then just I'm like, okay, this is actually something I want to pursue here. So ended up getting my degree there ultimately, and had a great 4 years. Ended up captaining the soccer team there my senior year, which was nice, and
Great.
some great times.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so when it comes to investments and being an extension of the advisor's team, what does that really mean? Being an extension of their team,
Yeah, I
right?
like
If
to
we
use
don't
that
have a
word.
house, a true, top-down house view, this is how you manage money. Your job instead is to build what we like to call a very wide and deep investment management menu. You like to help advisors understand what's on the menu, but what does that mean to be an extension of their team?
Yeah, I like to use that terminology just because I think it just describes things a little better in terms of um, some offices didn't have a dedicated investment person, and I've spoken to several advisors that are, during their building of their independent firms, they kind of toyed with the idea of maybe hiring a CFA, which is the
Mhm.
credential, primary credential in investment management. Um, they kind of toyed with the idea of doing that, but maybe it was a little bit too cost prohibitive. So, joining a larger organization, there's the resources to have a team like ours that can be utilized as needed. And that's that extensionary piece of it is we're not calling the clients directly. We're not
Right.
getting involved in that level, but we're there to be called upon as needed. And I like to think we've had some pretty good success, and even with prospect firms and or prospect clients, where we can come on and the advisor can showcase a broader skill set that they didn't have before.
Right. Yeah, I love that. And our advisors, I know they really value you as the director of investments and the team that you built, and they do see you as an extension of their team. How are you organized? And I love it when we had not we, but when the Catholic Church had a new pope that was being presented or brought through. How do you pick investments? How do you communicate what that looks like? Tell us about investment committee. Like, how does that all work in your world?
Yeah, so the oversight structure, what the body that approves new strategies coming onto the platform is our investment committee, and that's something that we set up pretty early on, and it's one of the structures in place that I hope lives on, and long after we're all gone, that might be
Yeah,
still around, and
yeah,
they're in place. And we did things in a certain way, just from lessons learned and seeing things in different firms in my past. But we meet on a monthly cadence, and we're comprised of both executive team members like yourself. I'm the chair, but then we also have really strong advisor representation, and that piece is critically important because, again, I view things, more in the lens of that we're a custodian of this platform. The investment team doesn't own it. It's not our platform. It's the advisor's platform that we're assisting with in a big way. So, having that advisor level representation on the committee, making those decisions of what they need, type of tools they need, and what's working, what's not, that type of thing. So that's the kind of the governance structure around it. But then as an investment team, it's our job to take a area or a gap on the platform and then go out to the marketplace and diligence that. So just looking for the best provider in XYZ area and then vetting that marketplace and then coming back to the committee with maybe 2 or 3 top picks in that sense. And then we get to, the winner in that sense. And then obviously once it's approved, launching it, providing support, and then the ongoing diligence behind it, making sure they're doing what we thought they would. Some investment committees are closed door, where the advisory team or the support staff and everybody else in the organization aren't privy to the discussions that go on there. So that was one of the things that I wanted to kind of correct from seeing that in prior firms and making it an open door policy where anybody within the organization who has an interest in seeing how the investment decisions are being made for the platform, they can come and see that and even take part in the discussion. There's no, prohibition around that. So, yeah, the analogy
secret
of the
knocks.
change is that there's no smoke. Everybody's waiting outside for if XYZ got approved or not, that they can come in and really see, what the discussion items were around it.
Right. Yeah. No secret door knock. No secret handshake required. Everybody is welcome. And it's great. Every time we have investment committee, which is once a month, tends to be the last Thursday of the month. It's crazy how many people in the firm tune in. It's great. I mean, it's great. It's I think it's a breath of fresh air. All right. We're going to do something a little different with you today. By the way, my co-host, Gary Roth, my co-founder, partner, good buddy, old friend, he's out of the office this week. So I have the hosting duties solo, but can't wait for Gary to come back and be part of future Modcast episodes. All right. So we're going to do something a little different in Gary's absence, and that is the lightning round. Okay. So you ready? You've seen me do this on internal calls with new managing directors.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a bit of fun. All right. What do you do in your spare time?
Spend time with the kids mostly, but soccer and golf is what I try and squeeze in.
Soccer and golf. All right. Significant other.
Michelle, my wife, been married for some number of years.
You're looking surprised right now.
It's the name Michelle. Yeah, Michelle. Yep.
Okay, Michelle, you've been married how long?
Oh, a good number of years now. Yeah.
A good number of years. Is that what she would say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or about
I'm going to send this to her. Yeah. All right. So you mentioned kids. How many? What are they?
Yeah, 2 kids, Victoria and Thomas. Victoria's the eldest. She's 6, and our boy just turned 4. And they're a lot of fun. So my wife's born and raised in Brazil. I'm from the UK, as we talked about. So it's good to have 2 Americans in the house running around with their American accent. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. Beer, wine, or booze?
Beer.
And what kind of beer?
I'm a fan of IPA, usually. There's a great one local here, Tropicalia.
Got it. Local to Atlanta.
Atlanta, yep.
Yeah, still in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about you going to school there, but you're still in Atlanta. All right. Favorite 4-letter word?
4-letter word?
Favorite 4-letter word?
Yeah, probably 4, as in, watch out, I've just hit a golf ball and it might be headed your way.
FORE.
FORE. Correct.
Yeah, got it. All right. Guilty pleasure. What's your guilty pleasure?
Lazy days on the couch, watching golf on a Sunday.
All right. Well, last weekend's golf was pretty darn good. Scotty Scheffler, he won because somebody else missed a putt, which I didn't love, but it would have been nice to see that person make that putt and they go to a playoff. Anyway, this is Tuck. He is awesome. I often will call him James Bond because I think he sounds like him, he looks like him, and he's very interesting. So you should take some time and get to know Tuck. He's a great, great man. Somebody who's loyal, dedicated, devoted, very focused on serving advisors and taking care of business here at Modern. Thanks for being on, man. You're our first co-host, if you will, when Gary is out this week. But thanks for coming on.
I've been a long-time listener, first-time caller here, so I really appreciate you having me on the Modcast.
Yeah, and we're going to get Mike Capelli on next. Mike Capelli, another co-founder, just a huge brain, big motor, smart guy, and can't wait for you all to meet Mike and hear from him. All right, hey, don't forget, go like, share, send out to your buddies, your pals, modcast.show. That's how you can engage with us. You can find us on all your favorite listening platforms, including video at YouTube. Audio, mine is Spotify. And again, send us questions, comments at modcast.show. Until next time, see ya. You got to tie my Pope thing. You got to tie it back.
I'm trying.
I stole this from you.
Yeah.
Something about smoke.
Yes. So the other part of the investment committee, sorry, I'm with you now.
It's your analogy.
It's a really good one, clearly, because I can remember.
It is.